Hi friends! Today I wanted to chat about my first trimester. Good morning! It's 9 a.m. and it's Wednesday, which is really weird because I usually film on Mondays. This week got switched, so I figured we would sit down today and have a chat journal entry where I could just kind of go through my first trimester and the experience and just really process it, because I haven't felt like I've had a chance to do that. I feel like it's just flown by. So I am currently cleaning out my coffee machine. So we have tea today, but anyway, I haven't outlined anything. I haven't written down any notes on what I want to talk about today. I really just thought that I would use this as a chance to unload a lot of the things that have gone on in the last 3 months and what it's been like. So this is going to be probably a less edited video. I kind of want to just keep it pretty raw and pretty vulnerable and open and honest. I don't know, if you're here with me in the morning, cheers. And otherwise, I hope you're having a good day, a good weekend, a good week, whatever it happens to be at the time. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. So my husband and I got married February 28th in Colorado. We went and stayed in Denver for a couple of nights, and then we went up to Devil's Thumb Ranch near Winter Park, and we stayed up there for a week, and we got married in the mountains, just the two of us, and it was beautiful. And I'm sure I'll put some pictures up here. It was perfect for us, and at the time we had no idea that we were pregnant. And I'm just kind of starting from the beginning because I don't know any other way to do this except making it really random. We hiked around, we got massages, we rode horses all week, ate a bunch of really good food, and then we came home. And we got home on a Saturday, I believe. And then we spent Sunday at home, relaxing, getting used to being back home again, spending time with the dogs and the cats, and just kind of enjoying our last day off before we had to go back to reality and back to work. And so Monday we went to work, and it was so hectic Tuesday and Wednesday that I didn't end up taking a test until Wednesday morning, even though we had talked about it while we were on vacation the week before, just to be safe. So Wednesday morning, he's still at home, and I ended up taking a test that morning, and it was positive, and I was shocked. I really thought that it was just another irregular month, so I ended up taking the test, and it was positive, so I took another one just to make sure, and that one was positive too, and I didn't say anything to him right then. I kept my mouth shut and just kind of tried to process in the morning for like 10 minutes while he was still here. Gave him a hug and a kiss goodbye, told him to have a good day at work, and then I started getting ready for work myself. And the whole day, I don't know if I really talked to anyone, let alone allowed myself to really think about what was going on. And at lunch, I went to the dollar store and I got a little frame and some stickers and a bag and, tissue paper, a card. And when I got home, he was already here. He gets home before me. And I literally walked into the bathroom. I don't think I said 2 words to him unless it was, hey, walked in the bathroom with a Dollar Tree bag full of stuff and locked myself in there. I took 2 more tests that afternoon and set up the whole frame to, say something like baby coming in October is what I thought it was. And then I taped the little test on there and put it in the bag, wrapped it all up. And then on the card, I wrote something like, sometimes the best things are unexpected. P.S. You were right. And then I put it on our coffee table while he was in the room, and he came out, saw it on the table, and was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "It's for you." And he went over and sat down and started opening up the card, read through it, and was very confused. And even after I asked him if the card gave him any hint as to what was going on, and he said absolutely not. He had no clue. So when he opened up the bag and saw the test taped onto the thing, and then I had put a digital test inside too, just because this is my first pregnancy, I was like, oh my gosh, I need multiple confirmations. And keep in mind, this is 4 days after we got back from our honeymoon elopement trip. So he opens it up and he just says, "Are you serious? Oh my gosh. And like stands up and gives me a hug. And the first questions out of his mouth are, are you okay? And is this what you want? And are you sure? And, all of the things about making sure that I was okay. And I was all right. I've had all day to kind of process and think about everything, and just wanted him to take his time with this. But he was really excited just from the beginning. He just wanted to make sure that I was all right. So that was finding out, and it was really, really nice to have so much support right off the bat. I was worried. I was trying to tell myself on the way home, like, okay, this is quite a shock for the both of us. Give him the space to process as he needs to process. Not thinking that he wouldn't be happy about it, more thinking that it's a shock and he might need some time before he could really express being excited about it. So that was finding out 4 days after our wedding, or 4 days after we got back from our wedding trip. And since then, it has been fairly easy, actually. I had about 2.5 weeks of nausea, and then it was good. I got the nausea band things that sit on your pressure point, and those helped quite a bit. I was eating a bunch of goldfish. I went to work every day. I didn't tell anyone. I only got sick at work once. Most of the time, my nausea was the worst around 6:30 in the morning. And then by 10 a.m., it kind of cleared up. And then I was just kind of meh the rest of the day. So I feel pretty lucky in the fact that I didn't have nausea for my entire first trimester. I was exhausted, though. That is the one thing that I just kept saying. You hear so much about, oh, you're going to be nauseous all the time. You're going to be nauseous for the entire first trimester. I don't feel like I've ever heard anyone say how tired they were in the first trimester. Even though it's a symptom on all the apps that I have, I just feel like it's just not a symptom that a bunch of people talk about. And so when I was so exhausted for the entirety, and I still, I'm only 15 weeks. I'm not quite into the second trimester so much yet, so I still kind of feel it a little bit. But there was a point where it was just so draining. It was kind of a shock because I didn't feel like a lot of people have talked about it. That, I think, was one of my main symptoms, along with... It's funny, I feel like when I don't have the camera on, my brain goes like 10 miles a minute, and then I turn it on and it all disappears. Yeah, so that and a tendency towards anger is probably what my main symptoms were, where I would be fine 1 second. Max, this tea is hot. I would be fine 1 second, and then Bruce would say something or whatever, and just an immediate hormonal shift over to being really angry. And he even said, he's like, she doesn't get sad, she doesn't get emotional, she's good or she's mad. So that has been another one that I've been struggling with and trying to come to terms with and figure out how to kind of balance, justifying the fact that I have a bunch of hormones running around in my body and that things are changing, but also recognizing when I'm being a little ridiculous because of it. That's been a little difficult. The other difficulty, going just off the top of my head as the trimester went on, was dealing with switching OB-GYNs. I assumed that since I liked my gynecologist, they would be a good OB, and that left me with a lot of changes that needed to be made after our second appointment with them. It was really supposed to be our first one, but we had a last minute ultrasound with them the week after we found out because I was a little bit worried that something was wrong. So we went in at 6 weeks, 4 days, and got to hear the heartbeat and all of that. I see the little yolk sac, which was really cool. And their ultrasound techs are great. It's just that the communication between then and our 12-week appointment, or a 10-week appointment, which was supposed to be our first appointment, was just really poor. And while we were there, they were kind of rude. And, everyone has their own stories of nurses and office staff at doctors' offices. So we decided to switch, and we got a recommendation from a coworker, and I've seen them once, and I am very happy with the switch. The issue came when I keep thinking that I'm done dealing with this first office, and every time I think that, something else comes up where I have to give them another call back, and I have to deal with them again, and it's just very frustrating overall because I already have a lot of doctor's things going on right now where I'm not only seeing my OB, I'm also getting set up today. Actually, I have my first appointment, but I'm getting set up with a perinatal specialist. And then I also am supposed to see my hematologist every 4 weeks. So just trying to deal with getting all of those schedules and those appointments set up, along with dealing with the previous OB's office and addressing issues with billing and whatever else it may be. It's been a lot to force myself to deal with, especially when I'm working 4 10-hour days a week. And I try to spend my 5th day doing this and cleaning the house and just being productive at home. So I'm looking forward to getting established at these doctor's offices and just getting a semi-normal routine going where every 4 weeks I go see them until 36 weeks and then I go see them every week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that set up and regulating so that I'm not constantly worrying and thinking about doctor's offices and calling doctor's offices and, oh, well, I need to get set up here and need to fill out this paperwork and do all of this other stuff. So that has been a lot to deal with over the last couple of months. The 4-day weeks, 10-hour days, I kind of just mentioned, but they've been difficult. I've already been tired being in the first trimester, but this schedule does not allow for me to do anything. I get home around 6:30 and that's about it for me. I don't have the brain power to consider dinner. I don't have the brain power to clean anything after. Come home and typically I am sitting on the couch and then I'm in bed by 9:30 and I'm not useful before that. So that's been kind of difficult to deal with. And I don't know that that's going to change. I don't know that that's anything to do with the first trimester or if that's more of the fact that that's just the schedule. And I kind of need to figure out, do I go back to the other schedule and do 5 days a week at 8-hour days and get home at 5:30? Or do I keep this up and have my full day off to try and get things done around the house? And maybe I just need to delegate throughout the week a little bit better with editing and cleaning and all of the other things. Max? No, hi. We don't need that. We don't need you to go up there. The people are all going to think you're very weird. I don't know what Max is up to right now, to be honest. Hi. I just took a shower, so maybe he's freaking out about the scent. I love you too. The other thing that happened in the first trimester was that I started this channel and it has been quite a bit of getting used to. I'm still behind even though I tried to start it ahead. I have discovered that editing on a desktop is difficult when all you want to do is hang out on the couch. I've got to find a laptop at some point this year and hopefully that'll kind of help my creative process and keeping on top of all of this because I do want to keep it up. I'm having a fun time. I'm loving the comments and reading them and getting to know a bunch of other booktubers. I just think it's so much fun and a great community, very supportive, and I look forward to keeping up with this. I really think that it's going to help me with my reading in the future and in general keeping up with this pregnancy. It's been a wild ride so far and we've had 2 ultrasounds and it's every single time I hear the baby's heartbeat, I'm gonna get all emotional now, but it just gets more real and more real. And that's been unbelievable. I have wanted to be a mom for a very long time. I'm only 24 though. So this is a couple of years earlier than I was planning on, at least, which in itself is a bit overwhelming, but I couldn't be happier. I'm excited. I know a bunch of people, my sister and a couple of friends that have had kids, that they said, oh, I just knew. I knew exactly what it was. I don't know. I have a feeling one way a little bit more than the other, and I feel like it's kind of just my brain going, okay, every time I think it could be this, it goes, maybe. And then every time I think, or it could be this, it goes, I don't know. So it's just kind of like a little bit stronger lean one way. So we'll see. But we've picked out a bunch of names for both. We don't care either way, honestly. We just want a healthy baby and a healthy pregnancy and a safe pregnancy with all of the complications that could come from my blood disorder. So we've got a couple of lists with a bunch of names and we're excited to find out. We are going to do the blood test. I'm actually going in on Monday to go get that done. We won't be finding out at any ultrasound appointments. And if they have a guest, we'll have them put it in an envelope. And then we are planning on doing a gender reveal party at one of the local parks where we'll cater and just have everyone guess and hang out. We're in Florida, so it's gonna be hot, but it'll be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that, and then we'll find out with everyone else at the party. Speak of the old OB, they just called, and the thing that I thought I was gonna have to deal with them is taken care of. So we're good. Solid. Another thing to check off of my planner for today. Ow! That hurt. I don't know what's wrong with my cat today. He's broken. Anyway, I was saying that we are going to find out with everyone else, except for the one person that we designate to go pick up the envelope and set up that part of the surprise. We're down between two themes. I'm gonna get a couple of cute little decorations, and then we figure we will get catering from a local place, maybe an ice cream truck or something like that, because it's gonna be hot and ice cream sounds kind of bomb. But we're planning on doing this probably after the baby moon. We are going to Georgia, the 10th of June through the 13th. We're going up to Pine Mountain. I gotta find us a cabin we're gonna stay in. We're gonna hike, kayak, swim in the lake. I don't know. We're gonna do a bunch of outdoorsy things. My favorite type of vacation. We're gonna spend a long weekend up there and enjoy each other's company. Relax in the great outdoors in the beautiful Georgia mountains. About as far as I can drive from here right now. Otherwise it would have been Tennessee, because I love Tennessee so much. But we're super excited. I think that's about everything I can think of right now. Just a lot of planning going on and a lot of thinking. I still need to do my registry. I figure it doesn't super matter until we find out the gender anyway, because a lot of people are going to want to buy clothes and stuff, and it might help to have an idea. And then also to finish off the room design and what we want to do with that, it's going to help with some of the little decorations. So I'm not super worried about doing the registry just yet. I do want to add a couple of things on there, maybe this upcoming weekend, we'll see. And then I am also working on sending out our wedding announcements, because that was at the end of February and we are now in the middle of May and I still haven't sent those out. So there's been a lot going on. But yeah, so that's the update for now. Thanks for listening, commiserating, and understanding that I needed this for my own processing and to be able to kind of look back on and see what exactly was going on at this point. I've got a little bit of a bump now. A little bit. So maybe in some upcoming videos I will do a little bumpy for you and show you where we're at. But if you stuck around, thank you very much for watching. I feel unburdened. So if you made it all the way through, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And by the way, I read a lot of sequels this month, so the May wrap-up is going to be very interesting. I'm already breaking out quite a bit about some of the things that I read this month, and I'm very excited to share them with you. So that is one to tune into. There are some goodies on there I'm so excited to talk to you guys about. I don't know why I did this to myself this month, but here we are. I'm not okay.
Keep it cool with you. I feel like breaking rules on the edge, looking out with no parachute.